It seems likely that the USA economic calendar for March 31st to April 4th, 2025 will focus on trade and jobs data, with no inflation data releases during this period. Research suggests key events include trade data on April 3rd, jobs reports on April 1st, 3 and 4, and Fed Chair Powell's speech on April 4th. The evidence leans toward a mixed economic picture, with an improving trade balance and lower unemployment rate, but slowing job growth and increasing jobless claims. Economic calendar overview. The economic calendar for March 31st to April 4th, 2025 in the USA highlights several important releases related to trade and jobs, as there is no inflation data scheduled. Here's a breakdown. Macy's trade data. On April 3rd, expect releases for balance of trade, exports, and imports, with forecasts suggesting a decreasing trade deficit. Jobs data. Key reports include JOLTS, job openings on April 1st, initial jobless claims on April 3rd, and non-farm payrolls with unemployment rate on April 4th, indicating mixed signals in the labor market. Fed Chair speech. Fed Chair Powell is set to speak on April 4th, potentially commenting on these economic indicators. Unexpected detail. An interesting note is that while job growth is expected to slow, the unemployment rate is forecasted to decrease, which might reflect other labor market dynamics, like changes in labor force participation. Survey note: detailed analysis of USA economic calendar and quiz. This detailed analysis covers the trending news in the USA economic calendar for March 31st to April 4th, 2025, focusing on inflation, trade, and U.S. jobs data, as requested. It also includes a comprehensive description of the provided URL's content and a quiz based on the information. The analysis is based on available economic data and forecasts, ensuring a thorough understanding for both general and informed readers. Economic calendar for March 31st to April 4th, 2025. The analysis revealed that there are no USA inflation data releases, e.g., CPI or PCE, during March 31st to April 4th, 2025. Instead, the focus is on trade and jobs data, with the following key events. Trade data, scheduled for Thursday, April 3rd, 2025, including balance of trade, Feb, previous value, $131.4 billion, forecast, $110 billion, indicating a potential decrease in the trade deficit. Exports, Feb, previous $269.8 billion, forecast $271 billion, suggesting a slight increase. Imports, Feb, previous $401.2 billion, forecast $393 billion, indicating a decrease, means contributing to a better trade balance. Cheese, jobs data, spread across multiple days. Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, JOLTS, job openings, Feb, previous 7.74 million, forecast 7.68 million, suggesting a slight decrease in job openings. Thursday, April 3rd, 2025, initial jobless claims, MAR 29, previous 224,000, forecast 225,000, indicating a small increase in claims. Friday, April 4th, 2025, non-farm payrolls, MAR, previous 151,000, forecast 128,000, showing slower job growth compared to February. Unemployment rate, MR, previous 4%, forecast 3.9%, unexpectedly suggesting a decrease despite slower job growth. Wanintun, additional event. Fed Chair Powell is scheduled to speak on Friday at April 4th, 2025, as noted in Kiplinger's economic calendar. Shitu, kiplinger.com/investing economy, this week's economic calendar, which could provide insights into the Federal Reserve's reaction to these indicators, especially given the mixed signals in jobs data and potential trade impacts. This mix of data suggests an improving trade balance, with exports rising and imports falling, potentially easing trade deficits. However, the jobs data presents a nuanced picture. While the unemployment rate is expected to improve, the slowing job growth and increasing initial jobless claims could indicate underlying labor market challenges. Powell's speech might address these dynamics, particularly in light of retaliatory tariffs mentioned in some forecasts. This detailed breakdown from Calhoun International aligns with the earlier findings, confirming the absence of USA inflation data and highlighting the significance of trade and jobs releases, interpretation and implications. The absence of inflation data for the USA during this period is notable, especially given its usual prominence in economic discussions. The trade data suggests a potential improvement, with a forecasted reduction in the trade deficit driven by increased exports and decreased imports. This could be seen as a positive signal for trade relations, potentially influenced by global economic conditions. For jobs data, the expected decrease in JOLTS, job openings, and slower non-farm payrolls growth, coupled with a slight increase in initial jobless claims, might raise concerns about labor market health. However, the forecasted drop in the unemployment rate to 3.9% from 4% is unexpected given these trends, possibly reflecting other factors like labor force participation changes or revisions in data. Powell's speech on April 4th could provide clarity, especially on monetary policy implications, given the mixed signals. Conclusion. This analysis provides a comprehensive overview of the USA economic calendar for the specified dates, focusing on trade and jobs data due to the absence of inflation releases. The detailed description from Calhoun International aligns with these findings, and the quiz offers an interactive way to engage with the information. The mixed signals in the data highlight the complexity of economic forecasting, with potential insights from Powell's speech adding further context. Quiz. Based on the information to engage with the data, here's a quiz with 10 multiple-choice questions, each with options A, B, C, D, and one correct answer. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment 1. What is the expected change in the USA's trade deficit from January to February? A. Decrease by $21.4 billion. B. Increase by $21.4 billion. C. No change. D. Decrease by $110 billion. Correct answer. A. Previous deficit 131.4 B. Forecast 110 decrease by 21.4 B. 2. According to forecasts, USA exports in February are expected to A. Decrease from January. B. Increase from January. C. Remain the same as January. D. Data not available. Correct answer, B. Forecast 271B, up from 269.8B. 3. USA imports in February are expected to A. Increase from January. B. Decrease from January. C. Remain the same as January. D. Data not available. Correct answer. B. Forecast 393 EC, down from 401.2 B. 4. The JOLTS. Job openings in February are expected to A. Increase from January. B. Decrease from January. C. Remain the same as January. D. Data not available. Correct answer. B. Forecast 7.68 M, down from 7.74 M. 5. Initial jobless claims for the week ending March 29th are expected to A. Decrease from the previous week. B. Increase from the previous week. C. Remain the same as the previous week. D. Data not available. Correct answer. B. Forecast 225K, up from 224K. 6. Non-farm payrolls in March are expected to A. Show more job growth than in February. B. Show less job growth than in February. C. Show the same job growth as in February. D. Data not available. Correct answer. B. Forecast 128K, down from 151K. 7. The forecasted USA unemployment rate for March is A. Higher than February's rate. B. Lower than February's rate. C. The same as February's rate. D. Data not available. Correct answer. B. Forecast 3.9%, down from 4%. 8. Which of the following is not a key event in the USA economic calendar for March 31st to April 4th, 2025? A. Fed Chair Powell's speech. B. CPI inflation data release. C. Non-farm payrolls report. D. Balance of trade data release. Correct answer. Only CPI release is on April 10th, outside the date range. 9. On which date is the non-farm payrolls report released? A. March 31st. B. April 1st. C. April 3rd. D. April 4th. Correct answer. D. Released on Friday, April 4th. Chantunan. If initial jobless claims increase from 224K to 225K, what does this typically suggest about the labor market? A. It's strengthening. B. It's weakening. C. No significant change. D. Data is inconclusive. Correct answer. B. Increase suggests more people becoming unemployed, indicating a weakening labor market. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment.